Hey there! Today we're going to be going over a website evaluation, and that's pretty much my beginning steps when doing a website redesign. So today we're going to be looking at this llama website, and I absolutely am in love with this site. I think it's so adorable in terms of like content and them naming their llamas like King Dolly Llama, Prince Baracco Llama, Squire of the Castle Hakuna Llama. I love it. Um, And I ran across this site when I was trying to do one of the Sharpen challenges, redesign a banner for a llama website. And I ran across this and I was like, I really have no idea what to do for this banner because I was so stumped because you have these llamas meeting like royalty and it's just perfect. So I'm going to treat it as if I was redesigning this site and just kind of walk through it with you guys and just show you the things that like I observe and I take note of going into a redesign. So they have their logo at the top. I see that they have their navigation here. Some of their navigation has drop downs on hover. I'm presenting their Royal Llama Highnesses. This is what would typically be the banner area, but they just have it as like a meet section, like a meet the team sort of section. I can't click this even though it's underlined, and sometimes underlining fonts uh, typically indicate that it's a link. However, I can click on the llamas themselves and it takes me to a new page. And you might not really know that you can click on these llamas. It's not very um, noticeable at first. So as I scroll, again, we have this text that you can't click on. I see that they offer llama walks and llama lessons. And those are learn more buttons that are clickable. And then we have, I guess, where the llamas live. And then another type of logo, which is very interesting. I just love it. Okay. So the first thing is there's really no, that stands out to me is there's really no call to action. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. And that was one of my main things when I was like, redesign a banner. I was like, well, what's the call to action here? And I think that, you know, typically with a redesign, you're going to have a discovery call or whatever that might look like, and you'll get to know the goals and objectives of the website. And here I'm just taking observations and kind of assuming, which we typically don't want to do. But I would think that they really want you to book. They have this book now side uh, sticky nav or side sticky um, button here, book now, and then if we click that, it takes us to this booking page, leave checkout, and then the llama walks and llama lessons are what you can book. We have that call to action here, and they're kind of cross-selling. If you want something different, then maybe a llama lessons for you. So let's see, just processing everything, taking it in. We'll go to, okay, so we have the About Us, which is different than each of the drop downs. So this link is clickable. And we're going to the llama lessons and llama walks. We have our social media, email, contact. So really just looking at each page. Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh, it featured Dolly Llama. Okay, so one of their llamas was in a GameStop commercial. That's cool. Oh my goodness. Como T llama. Oh, I can't. Okay. So this is interesting. They have like a mix of things. I would definitely try to make this a little bit more uniform. Images on all or nothing, an all or nothing sort of thing to keep things consistent. I would left align text just because it makes it a little bit easier to read. You look at the videos. Okay, we still have their social media. That's great. I think the videos, it's pretty standard. They're just using thumbnails for each one. And then we have a gallery. It would be nice to be able, oh my gosh. It would be nice to make these larger, but they're not clickable. So that's something to take note of. And then we have Meet the Royal Llamas. I think this is a lot. I think their setup on the home page maybe worked a little bit better. And then if there was a pop-up with each of their like profiles, that would be fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they have the king, the prince, the earl, the viscount, the knight, the squire. Oh, it just keeps getting better. I did not notice that. Okay, and then we've already kind of been on this page, but the llama walks and llama lessons. They have their FAQs. I definitely think this should go above the FAQs because that's a long way to scroll. And like even now I'm like, oh, this is just FAQs. Oh wait, no, there's more. We have the call to action. Virtual llama meetings. Oh, you can, okay. Intriguing questions about just can have them join your digital meetup. That is just fantastic. Okay, we have a gift shop, which takes us to the online store, which is an external link for Etsy, and they have 2 items. I wonder if there's any way to display these items on the website directly and then it would take them to Etsy. Obviously, like if they could directly sell it, that would be awesome. Keeping things internal as much as possible. Or if we're taking them to Etsy, at least like letting them know, hey, like visit our Etsy shop so that they know that they're going to be leaving this website. Because right now I still think that there's a little bit of ambiguity where it's like, is this online store on the site or am I going somewhere else? And then the llama blogs. Okay. So again, like, I don't know if this is going to be a recap of what we saw in the news section, but if it is, I would just want to make sure that, there's nothing really duplicated. If we could do one page and kind of filtering the llama blogs and the about, if that makes sense. These are just some things that are coming to my mind and I would question and kind of dig further into before doing the redesign. Again, we have underlined text that's not clickable, but we have a read more button. So it's great that we have the read more button, but I think that this underlined text is a little deceptive. And another thing with like blogs and other resources is making sure that things are up to date. So if you don't have any recent listings, postings, whatever that is, you might reconsider like, is this something that I want to keep up with? 2023 isn't too long ago, but they did have some in like 2023, 2022. So it's like, are they going to have any in 2024? And now that, I'm looking at the dates, we have like 1 to 2 a year, maybe. So maybe it would be a good idea to condense this and the news. Okay, so I think that for the homepage, I would definitely want to, bring a call to action, like front center. This is what we want. This is the action we want users to take when they're visiting the website. Right now, I'm thinking that might be a book now, but before a book now, you have to kind of introduce, like, hey, we have llama walks and llama lessons. So you'll be kind of contending with that. And, is there one that you want to promote over the other? I really like how they're introducing their llamas on their homepage, giving it some character. I love that, they have this hierarchy between the king and the squire. So that's great. Um, and would be very fun to play into. So, let's see. Definitely like adding a standard footer with like your social media links, the contact information, I think could be really good here. They have it on some pages, but not all pages. Streamlining that and making it consistent will go a long ways, especially if, some users don't go to multiple pages. They'll just scroll through the homepage, and knowing that they have that, um, those links down in the footer makes them very accessible. Also, contact information is something that is often seen in the footer. And kind of playing off of the contact information, yes, it's seen in the footer quite often, but you typically might have a contact page. Right now, they have an About Us with some contact information. I think, yeah, it looks like they're kind of condensing those, like an about and contact into About Us. So I think making that clear and just easy to navigate for the users. So I think that the takeaway, again, the takeaway for this would be to streamline their navigation, make it a little bit more intuitive for users, bring a prominent call to action for users on the homepage. What do we want them to do? I think that the simplicity of their navigation would maybe allow them to do a sticky navigation so that we could move that book now button up and it would always be there as it is now. It would just be in a place that's more standard on websites, the upper right hand corner. And then just making sure that we clean up like the copy and text and making sure that things that are clickable are, you know, visibly clickable, like users know that they can interact with it, like these llamas here. And then things that aren't clickable don't give off the indication that they are clickable. And no, just some other design things, but that would kind of come into the redesign. Lots of center text. A lot of that can be harder to read. Um, Condensing the llamas in the news and llama blogs, making the gallery um, clickable so that you can enlarge the photo. You might even be able to condense the gallery and video into like a media page so it's all on one. And I think that those are the main takeaways. I'm definitely going to try tackling a redesign for this website. So join me in that video when it comes. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.